Hey everybody, what is going on? Siri Loverjab here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is talking about mining in Entropia and mining for profit. We're going to be doing this during a mining run where I'm seeking to make a profit. I'm seeking to make a profit every mining run, but this one is something just a little bit special. So, list right now is sort of not at an all-time high, but at a pretty high rate. Traditionally, it sells about 104%. Right now, it's selling for 106. That's what it says on sort of the markup for like the charts and everything like that. And also, if you look here, that's sort of supported by this. If you look, all these list amounts, right, 300, 600, 500 PEDs, those are huge amounts. They're all selling for 105, but if you look, like the smaller amounts, anything under about 50 PEDs is selling for 106.6%. That means if we do a 25 PED mining run looking for list, there's a good chance that we're going to find some and we're going to be able to make a profit, because even if we only make 94%, and because I'm using shrapnel, that's actually the number actually goes down a little bit more to 93%, we're going to be coming out with some profit. So let's get going and let's see just what happens. So we've got 16 probes, which means we're doing a 25 PED mining run, and we're mining for list in this island chain out here, which is known for giving out good amounts of list. Additionally, on top of this amazing deal that I found, just because list is an all-time high, so I always keep an eye on list because I know I can come out here and get a ton of it. I've also got the list achievement here, the quest, the mission. And I need to get 1,000 points worth of lists, so this is counting towards that too. Now, it's not counting that much, but it's still going to get us a couple PEDs of skills once this mission is done, and those skills are, worth even more because there's markup on them. So even if we break even or lose a little bit, we're still coming out ahead because of the missions, because we're getting skills, and because, we're able to play the game without losing too much money. Now, there's some mobs around here, but they're all sort of puny. They're all low-level mobs, so I wouldn't worry too much about being attacked by them. You can just drown them, so no big deal. For those of you guys wondering, the teleporter is just right here on this island. So now let's start running and let's see what we can find. If I was truly into this, I wouldn't be truly into just finding lists, just playing those numbers. I would not be searching for end matter, but I wanted to search for end matter too, just because I think this place is oil, and oil is actually like a pretty high markup one as well right now. So list and oil, I don't know why, but the value of them is just extremely high right now. So like all the stuff you can get, you want to be mining. Honestly, I was tempted to come out here and use a amp. I decided against it though, just because I don't know. It's a little bit more complicated amping up, and we'll go over that in another video. But mining for profit with an amp is a little bit harder because now you've got a few more numbers to calculate, and it just makes things complicated. Let's go ahead and drop some more probes and see what happens. I know we've got some fish over here. I think that's what these red ones are, and I hate getting attacked by those things, so I'm not going to let that happen. We're just going to let this Versicle, though, take some shots at me. I think right now, worst case scenario, I'm going to get some evade and then drown it when I have to. But it's cool because it's like double skills right now. I've talked about this in like the last mining video, but I just love getting those double skills. I'm not going to get too much, but it's awesome to be able to skill your evade without really meaning to. And there we go, we mined it all, so let's get going. And you'll notice, like, that's not too bad. Like, a small of list is pretty good. What I was thinking of doing is, actually, we do have to drown this guy, because now he's hitting me harder. So let's get this thing underwater here. Yeah, there we go. He will not last long. Keep an eye on him, and there we go, he's gone. Alright, so let's head back to land and drop some more probes. Also, I've got the crude oil mission, so like I'm accomplishing, I think I've got that. I'm pretty sure I've got that. If I didn't take that, that was a big mistake on my part. Let's check if I made a mistake. Or maybe I completed it. I don't think I did, though. Let's see if I've got this crude oil one. Yeah, there we go, crude oil too. So we can track that one too. So there you go, folks. We're getting like double missions, not double missions, but we got a few missions going on right now. We're getting some skills. and like life's going pretty good, hopefully. But yeah, like if you find an area like this, you can almost guarantee what the drop is. You can run those percentages all day, every day. Let's do a double drop here. I feel it. I feel something. We got that perception gain down there. That was a huge perception gain, so maybe we'll find something. And of course we didn't, because that's not how the game works anymore. Perception used to mean that you're going to get like an awesome loot. It used to mean like, oh, there's something here that's just going to go off. Like it's a 40 PD loot or a 30 PD loot, or maybe it's a Hoff. You'd see that perception gain and you would camp that area like a motherfucker, because that meant something good was coming. It no longer means anything. Everybody figured that out, and then Mindark's like, we're not doing this anymore, guys. So yeah, that's sort of disappointing. I really liked when that was a thing, because, I mean, of course I liked it, right? Who doesn't like knowing, like, hey, there's a Hoff here, go find it. Anyways, let's keep going. So, yeah, this area, like, I think it's a pretty good area for List, and when List is going good, like, this is an area you can come to and have a pretty decent return. If I could almost guarantee that I was going to get a 25 PD or higher return, I'd definitely come out here with like a level 5 amp. Those level 5 amps, right now I looked, the markup on them is about 104%, which puts it below the markup for crude oil and List. So you can come out here, mine with those things all day long, and as long as you're getting close to TT, like 4% below it, it's going to come out in your favor. If you find an area where you're making profit consistently, you definitely want to amp up, especially if that profit's in markup, and the markup is higher than the amp value. If the ore you're going after has a markup lower than the amp value or the amp you're going after, then you've got to start targeting those TT gains. You've got to start targeting that trade terminal profit, and that's very hard to do, because then you're taking money from Mindark. But right now with the List, our goal isn't to make money off Mindark. Our goal, like, I'm fine losing a few percentage. Like 2% I lose that to Mindark, no big deal. I'm going to get it back in auction. And a little bit more than that, then you start wondering, because like with auction pricing and everything like that, you might not be coming out ahead. Still though, it's a pretty good deal. And right now that deal is available. That deal is open, because both of these resources are sort of at an all-time high. And I think part of it's because you've got Merry Mayhem. There's a lot of people coming back into the game now, because just with these Mayhem events, winter's here. Everybody's looking forward to it. They already did Halloween Mayhem, and people probably saw like, ooh, I had a chance at this, or they saw, oh, I didn't have a chance at this. Like, they know where they stand. They know what they could win. So the crafters are amping up the crafting to, cope with demand, and because of that, prices go up. Markup goes up, the price of guns goes up, everything goes up. For miners, because we're using unlimited gear, we're good to go. And, for Mindark, I think they might not lose money giving out these prizes, but they're definitely not coming out ahead, I think. Or maybe they are, because there's more players going. I don't know, but I know Mindark puts up some pretty good prizes for Merry Mayhem and for the Halloween Mayhem, which is why a lot of players come in, they stop being inactive, and they start playing. A lot of people, there's a point of pride being able to win it, which I completely understand it. As I said, like, you're not going to profit from it unless you're one of the best, but there's pride points that you can get. Also, it looks like we're getting more crude oil than List here, but that still works out in our favor. And if you guys are wondering what the depth is, it's a little too, like, the depth isn't super deep, like 300. That's pretty good. Like, your average miner, even if you're like a little bit newer, you should be able to pull this off. I'm just sort of doing a loop on this island, but you should be able to mine sort of the whole island chain and find stuff. In fact, that's actually what I'd recommend. Like, if I didn't, well, you know what, let's do it. I'd recommend going to other islands, because you're going to be able to find better loot there. So I'm gonna make the jump. I'm going to make the jump, because I think there's fewer people mining on those islands, and I think there's a better chance for profit. Let's hope I don't miss, because that's the thing with jumping. If you miss your jump, you don't know where you end up. So like if I end up in the water, that would just be annoying. It looks like we're good. We might have landed right on. Wow. That was an accurate jump. We landed right on the revive. I didn't even know it was there. And we can't mine this location, but I'm just going to tag it so I know it's here. Oh, maybe it won't tag. Alright. I was hoping I could tag it so I knew it was there, so when it comes time to total everything up, I can just head back here. But it looks like I can't do that. So we'll just keep running, keep dropping, and see what happens. And this place, too, there's not as many mobs here, so this is a little bit easier area to mine. Let's see if it's let's see if it's lucrative, though, because that other area was hidden hard. This area, I don't know. Let's see. Just to give you guys an idea, that other area, we probably dropped about, maybe not even 20 PDs of probes. We only got 12 back, so that's not too amazing. Let's keep dropping, though. I feel like we can do something here. I'm hoping. There we go. Nice little double. That's what I'm looking for. Let's drop again, and let's check these depths here. Oh, that is not what I want to check. I'm just being dumb. And we found nothing. It's too bad. So the depth of these, again, 414 and 630. So that's sort of right in my finder's range. I'm running about 580 with my finder. That's the average search depth for it. So like 600 is pretty good. Like that's something it's gonna find most of the time. 300 is gonna find most of the time. So this is a pretty good depth. You could go up to like a little bit lesser of a finder, and you'd probably be fine. But again, like that's it's a numbers game really when it comes to mining and mining for profit. And the better off you can get that like percentage working for you, especially that markup percentage, the better you're going to be. I talk about this all the time because this is really like such a strong strategy, especially with these like crude oil and list. Like some of these areas you can almost guarantee your returns. So once that markup goes high enough, you just know there's going to be money in it for you. And I might have overestimated, but again, I'm only doing a 25 PD run. So what you've got to remember about these runs is they're super small. So even if I didn't make a profit on this run, the technique, the area, it still might work out. I'd recommend you guys come try it. Like I found some globals out here. I've hit some really, really like amazing claims, and it's good for sort of all skill levels. I'd say if you're a bit more advanced, it's better. But it's still good, like if you're a newbie, it's still an area that works. So we've got one more probe to drop. Let's hit that drop on it and teleport back right there, ending with a nice little skill gain. Sort of level 16 prospecting. That's, ooh. We got a double drop to end things. I'll take that. I'm almost tempted to drop again, folks, because, you know me, like when I hit a double, I'm always like, I need to do this. Do I have any? I probably do. I think I have like 1 PD left. Yeah, we do. We've got 1 PD of universal ammo. So now the question is antimatter or what is going to be more lucrative? I'm thinking antimatter because the antimatter claim was closer to me. But let's pull this up. So again, what we're looking for here is we can be 6% off the mark and still sort of break even. Let's go ahead and drop it. Now we hit that T button because I really don't think there's anything, but I hate to leave an area where I got a double like untouched. Yeah, there's nothing, but it's okay. Like I said, I hate to leave an area where there's nothing untouched. We're going to go back. We're going to add everything up in the trade terminal and just sort of see where we ended, just to give you guys an idea of this area. It wasn't super hot. I wasn't hitting claims like all over the place. But again, part of it is a waiting game. As long as you can keep yourself in the game until you hit that global, if you can make the percentages work, you can just keep going out here. And maybe you spend 500, 600 PEDs, like you cycle through 50 PEDs every time and you spend 500 or 600 until you're down to 0. But that means you've got 500 or 600 PEDs that you're out there looking for that global. And when you hit that global, that's going to just double up on you. So now you've got 100 PEDs to work with, or you're back to your 50. I think you guys get what I'm saying. The markup is key. I always say that markup is key, and with mining especially, markup's key. So there we go. So let's hit this operator and see where we're at. So I don't think we made a profit here. So we're looking at 220.29 PEDs that we're getting back. Definitely not a profit because the markup on these things is not that high. We're probably going to be getting back 1 or 2 PEDs in markup. But let's refine this stuff and just see where we're at, right? Because again, unrefined materials, they can have wild markups, and that doesn't mean anything. You want to refine it, see where it's at, and then you sort of know what the actual markup is. So the markup on list, like I said, was 106%. So let's assume we're going to get 6% back. So we're going to get about maybe 66 PECs back from that list claim. 66 PECs extra. Oil is at a nice all-time high right now. 110%, I'd say, not 145. I don't know why it's so high. Like someone's going crazy with their buying. If it's still 145, I actually did very well. If it's at 145%, just to give you guys an idea, then we actually made a profit. Because like again, run the math. Like if you do the numbers, like you're getting a nice 3.5 to 4 PEDs from that oil. If it's at 145%. With that list, you're going to make a profit, but it's probably more at 110% if we're being realistic, which means, again, we're getting maybe 40 to 50 PECs out of this. And 40 to 50 PECs, that's not too bad. We got a total of 21.29 PEDs back, which means we took about a 4.7 PED loss. That sounds like a lot, and it is. But again, it's just a numbers game. That markup really does help bring things up a little bit. Anyways, I hope this worked for you guys. I know this wasn't like the perfect run. I didn't show you guys a profit, but I want to be realistic about this. You might go mining for profit and you won't get your profit. That's just how it works. But that's sort of the beauty of the game. It's a numbers game. It's like poker. You can have the second to best hand and you can play it perfectly, but the guy you're playing still might have the best hand, and if he played his hand perfectly, you're going to lose. But that's sort of Entropia Universe. That's how the game is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys sort of understood what I said and can learn something from this. But yeah, if you get questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to ask it down below. Otherwise, have a good one and peace.